And welcome to another edition of the Rescue Rundown. I'm Dave Morris, joined as always by Abby Wolf from the Central Oklahoma Humane Society. How are you?
Great, how are you?
Doing quite well. Who is our furry friend?
Oh, this is Duke. He's a little heartbreaker. He's a 3-month-old miniature schnauzer mix, and he's available for adoption today.
7500 Northwestern is
That's
where
right.
he may be hanging out.
Yes, come quickly, because I don't think he's gonna
He may
hanging
not make it out of the building.
Yeah, I did bring his adoption paperwork just in case.
Just in
today.
case, right?
Yeah.
What do we know about Duke?
We know that he's a little ball of energy. He will not stop because he is a puppy. So the puppy energy definitely runs thick. And he loves giving kisses, and he loves attention of all kinds, which he was just showered with when we walked in. So he's living the life today.
As it happened, when you walked in, our colleagues from Big Wing had gathered and were going into a meeting in a nearby conference room. So yes, Duke was showered with adoration as he walked in. Any siblings that we know of for Duke?
You know, Duke is an only child right now. His siblings have all found homes. So he is the only in the litter, and he is available today. Oh, I know.
So once again, you may pick up Duke if you want. Adopt him at 7500 Northwestern, and that leads us perfectly into this week on the Rescue Rundown segment. Abby, let's do a little role playing here. Let's say I adopt an animal and it's just not working out. I take Duke home and Duke's just, as you mentioned, a ball of energy. It's just, I come home, the place is wrecked. I want to bring Duke back. Good idea, right?
No, it is really not a good idea. And here's why. I think whenever you adopt an animal, no matter if they're a puppy or if they're an adult, they've had a walk of life that you don't know about. And so it's really important, just as we will with people adjusting to new things, is to give them a little bit of time, maybe do a little bit of research and find out the best ways to curb some of those habits that might not be working best in your home.
Perhaps it's a chance to look at yourself, your lifestyle, your living conditions, and then plug in said animal into that, as opposed to just saying, this is just doggone adorable, I gotta have this little guy.
Exactly.
But the little guy may not fit my lifestyle, my living arrangement.
That's so important whenever you're adopting an animal, first and foremost, being proactive about what kind of animal you're actually looking for. Because if you're looking for, if your house is a really calm environment where things are pretty quiet most of the time, a little guy like Duke might not be the best fit for your home, though he is adorable. And you might fall in love at first sight, but not always is that the best case. And I think that's the most proactive way to prevent any kind of returning when it comes to animals that don't work out.
As we punch up the adorable cam right there just to see just how adorable Duke is.
So cute.
And by the way, if anyone's watching on newsok.com, feel free to submit questions if you have any questions, perhaps about adoption or other questions that Abby might be able to fill. But let's say I take Duke home and I have an existing animal and Duke just doesn't play nicely.
You know, there are techniques to helping animals be introduced a little bit easier, and our staff at 7500 Northwestern actually volunteer their services. So if you aren't sure that your dog is going to get along with, say, a Duke or even a bigger dog at our adoption center, we are happily there to help you introduce your animals to one another.
How does that go down? Dog meet dog. I mean, seriously, how does that happen?
Well, there are techniques to make sure that dogs are in the right mindset before they meet each other, so that it's not, oh, we're so excited and oh, we pounce on each other and then there's a fight that breaks out. Rather, calming nature and being able to introduce properly is really key to that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, let's say that I take Duke to the backyard, or hey, I'm going to let him out, and I walk back in and Duke is gone.
You know, there are reasons why dogs jump fences or break free out of their yards. Typically, it starts with spay and neuter. So if a dog hasn't been neutered, they are more likely to escape your yard. So that's the first and foremost cause.
In Duke's case, he has been neutered.
Yes, in Duke's case, he's neutered and ready to go, but there are a lot of dogs who escape their yard repetitively, and it's because, you know, they're out looking for something else.
Sure.
So, but then there are other reasons why a dog might escape, like boredom. I mean, if you're trapped in a yard all day, every day with no stimulation, then chances of you trying to go find that stimulation are pretty great. So we don't blame the dogs for trying to break out.
I was about to say, it's not the dog's fault. It's just, it's just nature.
Exactly, and it's their nature to want to be busy, especially a busybody like little Duke here. So it's important that we keep them stimulated in the backyard with toys or other activities if you're going to leave them alone.
Very good. Let's switch gears here. Let's say Duke was a cat. And the cat's just clawing up things.
You know, we always say it's not best to declaw your cat. They actually take off the first knuckle of the cat's paws and fingers, and it's just not,
Yeah.
it's not humane. So what we always try to encourage people to do is, one, keep your cat's nails trimmed and start that at a young age because as you probably know,
Walk me through
adult
this.
cats,
How are you going to trim a cat's nails?
adult cats do not like to have their nails trimmed at all. But if you start them at a young age, then they can definitely get used to the fact. And especially like when they're really young, playing with their paws as much as possible, stimulating their paws so that they're used to that feeling is a really great way to start. But in adult cats, if you cannot trim their nails, they make these little silicone caps.
You were telling me about it. It's like
Absolutely.
lead press-on nails for cat
Yeah,
paws.
and they stay on for, I think, about a month or two at a time. A vet will put them on for you relatively cheaply, and it actually makes your furniture safe.
So for the cat's a little more comfortable that the claws aren't catching, but also scratching.
Exactly.
The cat's
And then,
still going to scratch.
yes, and then you're not harming them in the process.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Any other tips that, hey, I've got buyer's remorse or whatever?
I feel like I say this all the time, but the power of the crate is just so great. Like, we encourage
Make that a
everyone.
hashtag.
Yeah, right. Hashtag crates, seriously. The crates are invaluable to training your dog. So whenever you're bringing home a dog, creating a routine around their crate creates a safe place for the pet, whether they're a dog or a cat. It becomes their safe place. It also becomes a routine to where animals will learn how to potty train better. They will learn better manners. They will learn less destructive behaviors whenever you're away from them if you're crate training them. Definitely.
Interesting. All right, some good tips there from Abby Wolf, the Central Oklahoma Humane Society, on if you have some buyer's remorse and you want to return the adopted animal, maybe not. Think about it before you get into it, but then also those are some good tips and methods of what to do once you're into the situation.
Yeah.
Any other events you guys are involved with that we should know about?
Well, we have a huge promotion right now. It's fee-waived cat adoptions for adult cats. So if you've been looking for a feline friend, it's Adopt a Shelter Cat Month this month. So it's a great opportunity to find a loving cat for your home and save a life in the process.
One other thing before we leave here, in the news has been the large number of cats that have been taken in, and it's cat season or whatever. I'll give you the chance to, again, promote the spay and neutering here.
Yes, so the reason why shelters are full is because we have unwanted births in our city, and Oklahoma City is no exception to any other city in the nation. We suffer from a pet overpopulation problem, and it all starts with spaying and neutering. I feel like a broken record. I feel like I'm Bob Barker or something saying it, but it's so
Just
true.
going to get you a long, thin microphone.
Exactly. It's so true because that is the preventative way to save lives in our shelters, because once shelters run out of room, then they have no other choice. And so it's really important, especially right now we're focusing on cats because we have so many of them. It's a really great opportunity to not only adopt, but also spay or neuter your pet.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Duke is becoming a celebrity on Twitter.
Aww.
Twitter's asking if Duke can stay till Thursday. I'm not sure if that's here or at the adoption. He's going fast.
He is. He'll
Cute
probably
guy like
last
that.
a few hours in our adoption center for sure, and that's about it.
All right, once again, Central Oklahoma Humane Society Adoption Center, she mentions, is 7500 Northwestern. We tape with Abby every Wednesday morning, or actually live on News OK as well. Abby, as always, thanks for stopping in.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for the introduction to the little guy.
Oh, he's loving every minute of this.
All right, and more information can be found, including an inventory of cats and dogs available at okhumane.org.